The evening sky was painted in hues of orange and purple as David walked the familiar streets of New York City. The rhythmic sound of his shoes on the pavement blended with the city's vibrant energy. He had spent another long day at his tech company, finalizing plans for an upcoming launch that could take his business to new heights. Despite the bustling life around him and the success he had achieved, a subtle emptiness lingered in his heart. Success felt hollow without meaningful connections. As he turned a corner onto a quieter street, David noticed a figure huddled on the sidewalk. A woman wrapped in layers of worn, tattered clothing sat against the cold concrete, her head bowed and her hands clutching a small cardboard sign that read, "Hungry and Homeless." It was an all too familiar sight in the city, but something about her struck a chord deep within him. Her hair, unkempt and tangled, framed a face that bore the marks of hardship. Yet, as David approached, he caught a glimpse of her eyes, bright and defiant, full of life despite her circumstances. The woman lifted her gaze, and for a moment, their eyes locked. David felt an unexplainable urge to connect, to break through the barrier of indifference that often surrounded the urban landscape. "Hi there," David said softly, kneeling down to her level. "I'm David. Can I get you something to eat?" The woman looked surprised, as if she hadn't expected someone to speak to her with such kindness. "I'm Sarah," she replied, her voice hoarse yet warm. "Thank you. I'd appreciate that." David stood up, gesturing toward a nearby cafe. "There's a great little place just around the corner. Let me buy you a meal." As they walked together, Sarah shared snippets of her story. Once a vibrant art student, she had dreams of becoming a graphic designer, but life had thrown her off course. A series of unfortunate events, including family issues and a failed job opportunity, had led her to the streets. David listened intently, feeling a mix of compassion and admiration for her resilience. At the cafe, they ordered hearty sandwiches and steaming cups of coffee. As they sat at a small table in the corner, Sarah's demeanor shifted. The warmth of the food and the kindness of the stranger before her seemed to reignite a spark of hope within her. They shared stories. David spoke of his journey in building his company, and Sarah recounted her passion for art and design, describing her sketches and the dreams she once had. Their conversation flowed effortlessly, punctuated by laughter and a sense of camaraderie that felt rare in a world often dominated by hurried interactions. David learned about Sarah's talent for capturing the beauty of the city through her sketches, and he felt inspired by her creativity. In turn, Sarah found herself opening up in a way she hadn't in a long time, grateful for the genuine interest David showed in her life. As the evening wore on and the cafe began to empty, David knew he had to go, but he felt a strong desire to help Sarah beyond just that one meal. Before they parted, he asked, "Would it be okay if I checked on you again? I'd love to help you get back on your feet if you're open to it." Sarah looked at him, a mix of hope and uncertainty in her eyes. "I would like that. It's been a while since someone has shown me kindness." With a promise to return, David walked away, feeling a warmth in his heart. He had come seeking nothing more than a connection to the world outside his office, but he had found something much deeper. As he turned back for a final glance, he saw Sarah sketching the cafe's exterior, her spirit undiminished by her circumstances, and he realized that their encounter was only the beginning of a journey that would change both of their lives forever. In the days that followed their first meeting, David found himself thinking about Sarah often. He couldn't shake the image of her sitting on the sidewalk, her eyes full of potential, and her dreams waiting to be rekindled. Driven by a newfound purpose, he decided to return to the cafe and see how she was doing. When David arrived that evening, he was relieved to find Sarah in the same spot, though she looked a bit more lively. He approached her with a warm smile. "Hey, Sarah! I was hoping I'd find you here." "David?" she exclaimed, her face lighting up with genuine surprise. "It's so good to see you again." They settled into a routine over the following weeks. David made it a point to visit Sarah every few days, bringing her meals and supplies whenever he could. Their conversations deepened, revealing more about their lives, their hopes, and the challenges they faced. David learned about Sarah's love for art and how, despite everything, she still sketched the world around her, capturing beauty in the midst of her struggles. During one visit, David brought along a sketch pad, and some art supplies. "I thought you might like to use these," he said, handing her the items. Sarah's eyes widened in disbelief. "You really got these for me?" "Of course. I know how much you love to draw. You should have the tools to express yourself," he replied, feeling a sense of joy at her excitement. Overwhelmed with gratitude, Sarah began to share her sketches with David, revealing her talent for capturing the essence of life on the streets, the laughter of children playing, the shadows cast by city buildings, and the quiet moments of solitude. Each drawing told a story, a glimpse into her world that she had never shared with anyone before. As their friendship blossomed, David encouraged Sarah to enroll in a local job training program that focused on creative skills. "You have so much talent, Sarah. This could be your chance to get back on your feet," he urged, hoping to ignite the spark of ambition he saw within her. Sarah hesitated, the fear of failure lingering in the back of her mind. "What if I'm not good enough? What if it's too late for me?" she asked, her voice tinged with doubt. David took a moment to respond, searching for the right words. "You'll never know unless you try. Life has thrown you some challenges, but those don't define you. It's how you respond to them that truly matters. I believe in you, and I know you can do this." After much contemplation, Sarah decided to take the leap. With David's support, she enrolled in the program. The first day was daunting. She walked into the classroom filled with nervous energy, unsure of what to expect. But as the weeks progressed, she found her footing. The instructors recognized her talent, and Sarah began to flourish, learning new techniques and gaining confidence in her abilities. Each time David visited, she shared her progress with him, her eyes sparkling with enthusiasm. She spoke of the projects she was working on and the friends she was making. David felt a swell of pride, knowing he had played a part in her journey. One afternoon, after an especially productive week, Sarah invited David to her temporary shelter to see her work. "I'd love to show you something," she said, her excitement palpable. When they arrived, Sarah pulled out a portfolio filled with her sketches and paintings. As David flipped through the pages, he marveled at her talent. Each piece was a testament to her creativity and determination. "These are incredible, Sarah. You have a gift," he exclaimed, genuinely impressed. "Thank you. I'm really starting to feel like I can do this," she replied, a radiant smile lighting up her face. David felt a warmth in his heart, realizing that he was witnessing a remarkable transformation. Sarah was not just rebuilding her life, she was rediscovering who she was, and he was honored to be a part of that journey. As the weeks turned into months, their friendship deepened further. David and Sarah became each other's support system, with David sharing the challenges of running a business and Sarah offering fresh perspectives on creativity and life. Together, they forged an unbreakable bond, proving that kindness could ignite hope and change. With each meeting, David felt a sense of fulfillment he had never experienced before. He was not just a successful entrepreneur. He was becoming a mentor and friend to someone whose journey had once seemed impossible. And for Sarah, David was a beacon of hope, showing her that there was a way out of her darkness and a path back to her dreams. As they continued to nurture their friendship, David knew that he wanted to do more than just support Sarah. He wanted to help her regain her place in the world of art and design. Inspired by her resilience and creativity, he began to see the potential for a partnership that could change both of their lives forever. As the spring thawed the chill of winter, David and Sarah's friendship grew stronger. With each visit, David watched Sarah blossom, her confidence radiating more brightly with each passing day. She immersed herself in her art classes, her sketches transforming into vibrant expressions of the world around her. The art that had once been a mere escape from her struggles was now her lifeline, a means to reclaim her identity. One evening, David invited Sarah to his office. "I want you to see where I work," he said, his eyes twinkling with excitement. "I think you'll find it inspiring." Sarah had never been inside a corporate building, let alone a tech company, and her nerves buzzed with both anticipation and uncertainty. As they stepped into the sleek lobby, Sarah was in awe of the modern decor and the hustle of the employees who passed by. David led her through the open office space, where rows of desks were filled with people tapping away at their computers. He introduced her to his team, who welcomed her warmly. "This is Sarah, my friend and a budding artist," he announced proudly, as if he were presenting her to an audience. "Nice to meet you," one of his colleagues said, giving her a friendly smile. Sarah felt a rush of warmth at the acceptance she received. They chatted briefly, and she shared her passion for art and design. As David watched her engage with his team, he felt a sense of pride swelling in his chest. Sarah's transformation was incredible, and he knew she had so much potential. After the tour, David and Sarah settled into a conference room with a view of the city skyline. "I want to talk to you about something important," David said, his tone shifting to a more serious note. Sarah looked at him curiously, sensing the gravity of the moment. "I've been thinking about how your talent could fit into my company," he began. "We're always looking for fresh ideas, and I believe you could bring a unique perspective to our marketing efforts. How would you feel about coming on board as a creative consultant?" Sarah's eyes widened in disbelief. "Are you serious? Me? In your company?" she stammered, her mind racing. The idea of stepping into the corporate world felt both exhilarating and terrifying. "Absolutely. Your journey has given you insights that no one else on my team has. You can offer a viewpoint that could change how we approach our work," David explained, his enthusiasm contagious. "I want to help you get back on your feet, and I think this could be a great opportunity for both of us." Despite her initial hesitation, Sarah felt a flicker of excitement ignite within her. The prospect of working in a professional environment, utilizing her creativity to contribute to a thriving company, was a dream she never thought possible. But as self-doubt crept in, she hesitated. "What if I mess up? What if I don't fit in?" David leaned in, his voice gentle but firm. "Everyone starts somewhere. I believe in you, and I'll be there to support you every step of the way. You've already overcome so much, Sarah. This is just the next chapter of your journey." With a deep breath, Sarah nodded. "Okay, I'll do it. I want to try." Over the next few weeks, Sarah dove into her new role with fervor. David introduced her to the team, and they quickly embraced her. At first, she felt like an outsider, but as she began to contribute her ideas, she discovered a newfound sense of belonging. Her unique experiences and fresh perspective began to influence the company's approach to marketing. Sarah brought a creative spark that invigorated the team. She proposed campaigns that highlighted not just the products, but also the stories behind them. "People connect with stories," she told David during one brainstorming session. "We need to show them the heart of our brand." Her ideas were met with enthusiasm, and soon they began to implement her suggestions in their campaigns. One afternoon, as they worked late to finalize a new project, David and Sarah found themselves alone in the office, their laughter echoing through the empty hallways. "I can't believe how far you've come," David remarked, his eyes gleaming with pride. "You've brought so much creativity to the table. I feel like the company is transforming because of you." Sarah smiled, her heart swelling with gratitude. "I couldn't have done it without you, David. You believed in me when I didn't believe in myself." She paused, a thought lingering on her lips. "I never imagined I would be here, doing something I love, surrounded by people who support me." Their shared moment of vulnerability deepened their bond. David realized that in helping Sarah, he had found a purpose beyond his business success. He felt fulfilled not just as a leader, but as a mentor and friend. They were inextricably linked by their journeys, each supporting the other in ways they hadn't anticipated. As the weeks turned into months, Sarah's contributions began to yield tangible results. Their latest campaign, inspired by her vision, was met with rave reviews from clients and customers alike. The company saw a significant increase in engagement and sales, and David couldn't help but attribute much of that success to Sarah's fresh ideas. With each success, Sarah's confidence grew. She began to step into her role more assertively, sharing her insights in team meetings and advocating for her creative vision. The shy, uncertain woman David had met months ago was now emerging as a confident and capable professional. But just as things were looking up, David sensed that Sarah still grappled with her past. Despite her progress, the shadows of her former life occasionally crept back in, leaving her with moments of doubt. One evening, as they wrapped up a long day, he noticed her staring out of the window, lost in thought. "Hey," David said softly, walking over to her. "What's on your mind?" "I don't know," Sarah replied, her voice barely above a whisper. Sometimes I still can't believe I'm here. I'm scared that it will all fall apart, that I'll go back to where I was. David placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. You've come so far, Sarah. You're not that person anymore. You have the skills, the support, and most importantly, the determination to succeed. You can face whatever challenges come your way. Their conversation marked a turning point for Sarah. With David's encouragement, she began to embrace her past, not as a burden, but as a source of strength. She had survived the hardest parts of her journey, and now she was ready to fully embrace her future. As summer approached, the company celebrated their successes with a gathering on the rooftop of their building. The atmosphere was electric, filled with laughter and camaraderie. David raised a glass to toast Sarah's contributions, and the team erupted into applause, acknowledging her hard work and the impact she had made. In that moment, Sarah felt a sense of belonging she had never experienced before. Surrounded by people who valued her for her talent and spirit, she realized that she was finally stepping into her own. It was a new beginning, one that would set the stage for the incredible journey ahead. And little did they both know, the real turning point of their story was still to come. A moment that would not only solidify their bond, but also challenge everything they thought they knew about success, leadership, and the power of second chances. As summer unfurled its warmth across the city, David and Sarah's friendship and professional partnership flourished. Sarah had become a key player in the company, her innovative ideas reshaping the brand's identity and outreach. With every successful campaign, her confidence surged, and the hesitancy that once plagued her began to dissipate. However, amid the growth and achievement, David sensed an impending change, a turning point that would test both of them. One morning, the board of directors called for an emergency meeting. David walked into the conference room, anxiety prickling at the back of his mind. He took a seat, glancing around at the serious expressions on his colleagues' faces. As the meeting commenced, he learned that the company was facing significant challenges. A major competitor had entered the market with a disruptive product, threatening their current standing. The board members were concerned and pressed for a strategy that could revive the company's momentum. We need to pivot quickly and decisively, one of the directors stated. We should consider restructuring the leadership team to better address these challenges. David felt the weight of the room's expectation fall on him. He knew that a leadership change was necessary, but he was also aware that this could be a pivotal moment for Sarah. She had proven herself time and again, and he couldn't shake the feeling that she was ready for more. As the discussions unfolded, David raised his hand. I think we should consider promoting Sarah to a more prominent role within the company. She has demonstrated remarkable insight and creativity, and I believe she can help lead us through this transition. A murmur of surprise rippled through the room. The board members exchanged glances, their expressions a mixture of intrigue and skepticism. One of them spoke up, "You're suggesting we elevate someone with no formal corporate experience to a leadership position?" David stood firm, defending his proposal. Sarah has a unique perspective that our team desperately needs right now. She understands our customers on a level that most of us don't. Her journey has given her a resilience and insight that are invaluable. The board debated, weighing the risks against the potential rewards. After what felt like hours, they ultimately decided to take a leap of faith. If you believe she can lead us, David, then let's give her a chance, one of the senior members agreed. But you'll need to mentor her closely through this transition. With the board's approval, David felt a surge of excitement and nervousness. He knew that promoting Sarah could change everything, not just for the company, but for her life as well. That evening, he met with her in the office, the city lights twinkling outside the window. "Sarah, I have some exciting news," he began, unable to contain his enthusiasm. "The board has decided to promote you to the position of creative director. You'll be leading our marketing team moving forward." Sarah's eyes widened in disbelief, and her breath caught in her throat. "Me? A creative director?" she stammered, overwhelmed by the news. "But listen, I know you might feel unprepared, but you've already proven yourself more than capable. This is your moment to shine, and I will be right here to support you," David assured her, his conviction unwavering. Tears of joy filled Sarah's eyes. She had dreamed of being in a position where her voice mattered, where her creativity could shape a company's direction. "I can't believe this is happening." "Thank you, David. I won't let you down," she promised, determination flooding her. The following weeks were a whirlwind of activity as Sarah stepped into her new role. She organized brainstorming sessions, encouraged open discussions, and empowered her team to bring their ideas to the table. Under David's mentorship, she learned the nuances of leadership, from strategic planning to team management, and she navigated challenges with grace and poise. However, the pressures of her new position weighed heavily on her shoulders. As the days turned into weeks, Sarah began to feel the strain of expectations. Doubts crept in. Was she really cut out for this? Would she be able to lead effectively and inspire her team? She found herself working late nights, poring over reports and campaigns, pushing herself to prove that she belonged. One late evening, as Sarah sat alone in the office, her mind racing with worries, David walked in. "Burning the midnight oil, I see," he said, offering a comforting smile. I want to make sure I'm doing everything right. I don't want to let anyone down," she admitted, her voice shaking slightly. David sat down beside her, his expression serious. "Sarah, you need to remember that you're not alone in this. It's okay to lean on your team and ask for help. Leadership isn't about having all the answers. It's about fostering an environment where everyone can thrive." His words resonated deeply with her. She realized that she didn't have to shoulder the burden alone. She had a talented team who believed in her just as much as David did. That night, Sarah decided to refocus her approach. She would lead with authenticity and vulnerability, inviting her team into the process and creating a culture of collaboration. As summer came to a close, Sarah and her team launched a bold new marketing campaign that reflected the company's renewed vision. They utilized storytelling to connect with their audience, showcasing not only the products, but also the values behind them. The campaign highlighted real stories of individuals who had faced challenges and triumphed, drawing parallels to Sarah's own journey. When the campaign launched, the response was overwhelming. Customers resonated with the heartfelt narratives, and engagement soared. The company's sales began to recover, and David couldn't help but feel proud of the transformation they had achieved together. In the midst of their success, David and Sarah organized a company-wide meeting to share their journey with the entire team. Standing together on stage, Sarah felt a rush of gratitude for the opportunity to inspire others. She shared her story openly, speaking about her struggles, the support she received, and how each person in the room contributed to the company's mission. As she concluded her speech, the room erupted into applause. Employees stood in solidarity, many visibly moved by her vulnerability and strength. David watched, filled with admiration for Sarah's growth and her ability to connect with others. In that moment, he knew they had not only built a successful campaign, but had also created a culture that valued authenticity and resilience. As Sarah settled into her role as creative director, she began to dream even bigger. She envisioned a future where her company could not only thrive in the market, but also give back to the community that had once welcomed her. Inspired by her journey, she proposed initiatives that would support local art programs and provide mentorship for aspiring artists from underprivileged backgrounds. David fully supported her vision. "Let's do it together," he said, excitement dancing in his eyes. They began collaborating on a new foundation aimed at empowering artists and providing resources for those who faced obstacles similar to Sarah's. With every step forward, their partnership deepened. David and Sarah became a dynamic duo, leading the company into a new era while making a positive impact on the community. Their story of resilience and redemption echoed throughout the halls of the company, inspiring everyone to embrace their unique journeys. And as they stood together, ready to embark on this next chapter, they both knew that the bond they had forged was unbreakable, a testament to the power of kindness, belief, and the extraordinary potential within every individual. As the leaves turned gold and crimson with the arrival of autumn, the momentum of David and Sarah's collaborative efforts continued to build. The marketing campaigns they launched not only revitalized the company, but also captured the hearts of customers far and wide. The success of their recent initiatives emboldened Sarah, who found herself more confident than ever in her leadership role. With the foundation they had established, Sarah and David began hosting community workshops aimed at nurturing local talent. They invited artists, designers, and aspiring creatives to share their work and receive mentorship from industry professionals. Each workshop became a celebration of creativity, drawing in people from diverse backgrounds who were eager to learn and grow. One afternoon, during a workshop, Sarah stood before a group of budding artists, her heart swelling with pride. "I remember what it was like to feel lost and unsure of my path," she began, her voice steady yet filled with emotion. "But every one of you has the potential to create something beautiful, just as I did. Don't let fear hold you back. Embrace your journey." As she looked into the eyes of the participants, she saw reflections of her former self, people hungry for guidance and validation. The connection was palpable, and it reignited her passion for helping others find their voices. Sarah became a mentor to many, offering support and encouragement as they navigated their artistic aspirations. Meanwhile, David continued to nurture the company's growth. He worked tirelessly to ensure that the positive changes Sarah had initiated became an integral part of the company's culture. His commitment to fostering an inclusive environment resonated throughout the organization, and employees felt empowered to contribute ideas and innovations. One day, while discussing future projects over coffee, Sarah shared her vision for a community art initiative. "What if we organized a public art festival? We could invite local artists to showcase their work, create murals, and involve the community in art-making activities," she proposed, her eyes sparkling with enthusiasm. "That sounds incredible," David replied, excitement bubbling in his voice. "We could partner with local schools and community centers to get everyone involved. This could really make a difference in our neighborhood." As they fleshed out the details, Sarah felt a surge of determination. They decided to launch the festival in the spring, giving them time to plan and engage with the community. The project quickly became a collaborative effort, uniting employees, artists, and volunteers. Everyone was eager to contribute, and the energy was infectious. As the months passed, anticipation grew for the upcoming festival. Sarah and David worked tirelessly, reaching out to local businesses for sponsorships and organizing volunteers. They engaged local media to promote the event, emphasizing its mission to celebrate art and community. However, just as the festival preparations were in full swing, Sarah faced a significant challenge. One evening, David received a call from the board of directors. The news was disheartening. Due to unforeseen economic shifts, the company was facing financial strain once again. The board suggested making cuts to the marketing budget, which would jeopardize Sarah's initiatives and the upcoming festival. David felt a knot tighten in his stomach as he listened to the board's recommendations. He knew that Sarah had invested her heart into the community art project, and cutting funds would not only affect the company's public image, but also impact the lives of the artists and participants they had promised to support. After the call, David sought out Sarah. "We need to talk," he said, concern etched on his face. "What's wrong?" she asked, sensing the urgency in his tone. "The board wants to cut the marketing budget, which could affect our festival," he explained, frustration evident in his voice. "I know how much this means to you, and I can't bear the thought of letting it slip away." Sarah's heart sank at the news. "But this festival is so important for the community and for us. We can't let that happen," she exclaimed, determination creeping back into her voice. "We need a plan," David said, his mind racing. "We have to show the board how vital this project is, not just for us, but for the community as a whole. This festival can serve as a beacon of hope and creativity. If we can demonstrate its potential impact, they might reconsider." Together, they brainstormed ways to present their case to the board. Sarah focused on collecting testimonials from the artists and participants who had already signed on for the festival. She wanted to illustrate the passion and enthusiasm within the community and how the event could spark further creativity and collaboration. The following week, David and Sarah gathered their materials and prepared for the crucial board meeting. As they stood in the conference room, they shared their vision with passion and clarity. Sarah spoke about the stories she had collected, about individuals who were eager to participate, and how the festival could provide a platform for their voices. I truly believe this festival can be transformative, Sarah urged, her voice steady. It's not just about promoting our brand. It's about fostering community and supporting local talent. If we invest in this, we're investing in the heart of our city. David supported her words, sharing the positive feedback they had received and emphasizing the potential for brand loyalty and community engagement. If we cut funding now, we risk alienating the very people who support us. This is an opportunity to create lasting connections and showcase our commitment to the community. As they presented their case, the board members listened intently, their expressions shifting from skepticism to intrigue. They began to understand the broader implications of supporting the festival, not just as a marketing initiative, but as a reflection of the company's values. After a lengthy discussion, the board reached a decision. They would allow the festival to proceed, albeit with a reduced budget. "We see the value in your vision, but we need to be cautious," one of the directors stated. "Make it work within the means we can provide, and we'll monitor the results closely." A wave of relief washed over David and Sarah as they left the meeting. They had fought hard for their vision, and while it wasn't the full backing they had hoped for, it was enough to keep the festival alive. They immediately began adjusting their plans, focusing on cost-effective ways to bring the festival to life. As spring arrived, the day of the festival dawned bright and clear. Sarah stood at the entrance, a mix of excitement and nerves swirling within her. The community had rallied around the event, and as the sun rose higher in the sky, people began to gather. Families, artists, and local businesses filled the streets, their energy infectious. Colorful banners waved in the breeze, and the sound of laughter and music floated through the air. Sarah felt a surge of pride as she watched the community come together to celebrate art. Throughout the day, Sarah and David mingled with attendees, engaging in conversations and witnessing the joy the festival brought. Artists displayed their work, conducted workshops, and shared their stories, each one a testament to resilience and creativity. The atmosphere was electric, a true celebration of talent and collaboration. As the sun began to set, the festival culminated in a vibrant art showcase, with artists revealing their creations inspired by the themes of hope and community. Sarah took the stage, her heart pounding with emotion as she addressed the crowd. "Thank you all for being here today," she began, her voice echoing through the evening air. "This festival is a celebration of each and every one of you. Your creativity, your stories, and your courage are what make our community special." The crowd erupted in applause, and Sarah felt a wave of warmth wash over her. This was more than just an event. It was a manifestation of everything she had fought for, the belief that art could inspire change and connect people. As the night drew to a close, David joined her at the stage, their eyes meeting in a shared moment of triumph. "We did it, Sarah," he said, beaming with pride. "Look at what we've created together." "Yes, we did," she replied, her heart full. "And it's just the beginning." In that moment, as they stood side by side, David realized how far they had come, not just in their professional endeavors, but in their personal journeys as well. Together, they had transformed challenges into opportunities, and the impact they had made on their community was profound. As they prepared to leave the festival grounds, Sarah turned to David, her expression thoughtful. "You know, I never imagined my life would take such a turn. I went from feeling lost to leading a team and impacting the community. Thank you for believing in me." David smiled warmly, feeling a sense of fulfillment. "And thank you for reminding me of the power of creativity and resilience. You've inspired me just as much as I've tried to support you." With renewed determination, they stepped forward into the future, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. They knew that together, they could create not just a successful company, but also a legacy of hope and inspiration that would continue to ripple through their community for years to come. Their story, intertwined with the stories of those they had touched, was a testament to the power of connection, mentorship, and the extraordinary potential that lies within everyone. With the success of the art festival resonating throughout the community, Sarah and David felt invigorated. Their bond had deepened, rooted in shared victories and challenges that had shaped their journey together. But as they basked in the glow of their accomplishments, they both knew this was just the beginning of something much larger. In the weeks following the festival, the buzz around the company grew. Local media featured articles celebrating the event and its impact, while social media buzzed with hashtags and shared stories. People were inspired by Sarah's journey and her commitment to uplifting the community through art. As a result, the company's reputation as a socially responsible brand flourished, attracting new customers who resonated with their mission. Recognizing the momentum, Sarah proposed an ambitious plan to the board of directors. Let's make the festival an annual event. It can evolve into a platform for local artists to showcase their work, offer workshops, and create a network of support, she suggested, her excitement palpable. David, standing by her side, nodded in agreement. We could also expand our outreach, partnering with schools to involve students in the creative process. This would help foster the next generation of artists and provide them with resources and mentorship. The board listened attentively, and after some deliberation, they saw the potential for growth. With their support, Sarah and David began planning the next festival, aiming to build on the success of the first one. They set their sights on incorporating more diverse forms of art, from visual arts to music and performance, turning the event into a full-fledged celebration of creativity. As preparations for the next festival unfolded, Sarah and David also focused on enhancing the company's internal culture. They implemented initiatives that encouraged employee creativity and collaboration. Team-building exercises were introduced, emphasizing the importance of sharing ideas and supporting one another. This shift fostered an environment where innovation could thrive, and employees felt empowered to contribute to the company's mission. During one brainstorming session, an employee named Mia shared a bold idea. What if we create a program that allows employees to volunteer their skills in the community? We could offer workshops in schools or community centers, teaching art, marketing, or even business skills, she suggested, her eyes bright with enthusiasm. I love that idea, Sarah responded, her excitement infectious. Let's call it Skills for Change. This way, we can give back while also allowing our team to share their expertise. David nodded, impressed. This aligns perfectly with our vision. It not only supports the community, but also enhances our company culture. Let's get started on implementing this program right away. As Skills for Change took off, the employees embraced the opportunity to engage with the community. They organized workshops that covered a range of topics, from painting and graphic design to marketing strategies and financial literacy. The program quickly gained traction, and the company became known not just for its products, but for its commitment to social impact. Through these initiatives, Sarah found herself continually inspired. She witnessed the tangible effects of their efforts, the smiles of children discovering their creativity, the excitement of local artists gaining recognition, and the sense of community flourishing around them. It fueled her passion and reinforced her belief in the transformative power of art. One day, during a visit to a local community center, Sarah met a young girl named Emily. She was shy, her fingers stained with paint as she worked on a mural. Sarah knelt beside her and asked, "What are you painting?" Emily hesitated before responding, "It's a rainbow. I want it to be bright and happy, like how I feel when I paint." "That sounds beautiful," Sarah encouraged. "You have a real talent. Have you ever thought about sharing your art with others?" Emily's eyes sparkled with a mix of excitement and fear. "I want to, but I'm scared. What if people don't like it?" Sarah smiled gently. "I used to feel the same way, but sharing your art can inspire others, just like your painting inspires me right now. Everyone has a unique story to tell through their art." Emily considered her words, her brow furrowed in thought. "Okay, maybe I'll try," she said, a small smile breaking through her shyness. As Sarah left the community center that day, she reflected on the profound impact that these interactions had on her. She realized that her journey had come full circle. The girl's fears echoed her own from years ago, and it became clear to her that her mission was not just about leading a successful company. It was about nurturing the creative spirit in others and helping them find their voice. With renewed purpose, Sarah decided to create a scholarship program within the foundation that would provide opportunities for young artists like Emily. The scholarship would fund art classes, supplies, and even mentorship programs, ensuring that talent would have the chance to flourish regardless of background. As Sarah shared her vision with David, he was immediately on board. "This is fantastic, Sarah. We can launch a campaign around the scholarship to raise awareness and funds. It can be a powerful way to give back and continue building our community impact." They set to work, designing the scholarship program and promoting it through their company channels. Soon, applications began pouring in from talented young artists, eager for the opportunity to pursue their passion. As they reviewed the submissions, they were blown away by the talent and creativity that flourished in their community. Each application told a unique story of struggle, hope, and resilience, stories that mirrored Sarah's own. When the day finally arrived to announce the first round of scholarship recipients, Sarah stood before a crowd of eager faces. The event was a culmination of everything they had worked for, a celebration of the artists and a recognition of their potential. "Today, we honor the incredible talent that exists within our community," Sarah began, her voice steady but filled with emotion. "These young artists have shown remarkable courage in pursuing their dreams, and we are proud to support them on their journey." The applause that followed was deafening. As she announced each recipient, their faces lit up with joy and disbelief. It was a moment of validation, not just for them, but for everyone in the room who believed in the power of art. In the months that followed, the scholarship program flourished. Recipients attended art classes, participated in exhibitions, and even showcased their work at the upcoming festival. Sarah and David continued to mentor the young artists, offering guidance and support as they navigated their creative journeys. As the festival approached again, excitement filled the air. This time, it was bigger than before, with even more artists, performances, and interactive installations. The entire city buzzed with anticipation, and Sarah could hardly contain her excitement. On the day of the festival, as the sun shone brightly and the sounds of laughter and music filled the streets, Sarah reflected on how far she had come. She watched as young artists showcased their work, the joy on their faces, a testament to the impact of their shared efforts. She felt a deep sense of fulfillment, knowing that they had built something truly special together. As evening fell, Sarah took the stage once more. The crowd gathered in anticipation. "Welcome back to our annual art festival. This year, we celebrate not only the art we create, but the community that supports us," she began, her heart swelling with gratitude. "I am proud to announce our first scholarship recipients, who will be exhibiting their work tonight. These talented individuals represent the future of creativity, and we believe in their potential to inspire others just as they have inspired us." The crowd erupted into cheers as the recipients stepped forward, beaming with pride. In that moment, Sarah felt the weight of her journey and the power of community behind her. This was what it meant to be a leader, not just to rise, but to uplift those around her. As the festival continued, Sarah and David mingled with the crowd, their spirits high. They had created a legacy of empowerment, one that would continue to grow and evolve. With every artist inspired, every workshop held, and every story shared, they were changing lives, starting with Sarah's own. As the night drew to a close and the stars twinkled above, David turned to Sarah, a look of admiration in his eyes. "You've created something incredible here, Sarah. You've changed so many lives, including your own. I can't wait to see what the future holds for us." Sarah smiled, her heart full. This is just the beginning. Together, we can continue to make a difference and inspire others to follow their dreams. And as they stood under the stars, surrounded by the vibrant energy of their community, they knew that their journey was far from over. They had found their purpose in each other, in their work, and in the people they had inspired along the way. A new horizon lay ahead, filled with endless possibilities and the promise of a brighter future for all. In the years that followed, the art festivals and student showcases became annual traditions celebrated throughout the city. Sarah and David continued to innovate, finding new ways to support local artists and engage with the community. They established partnerships with other organizations, expanding their reach and impact. Their company thrived, not just because of their innovative products, but also due to their commitment to social responsibility. Employees felt a sense of pride in their work, knowing they were part of something larger than themselves. Together, they were creating a culture of creativity, collaboration, and compassion. As for Sarah, she had transformed from a woman who once felt lost and alone into a powerful leader, mentor, and advocate for the arts. She knew that her journey had just begun. Each new artist she mentored, each child who discovered their love for creativity, and each story shared reinforced her belief in the transformative power of art. David remained by her side, sharing in the vision they had built together. Their partnership had grown stronger, grounded in a mutual commitment to uplift others and create positive change. They understood that their journey was not just about achieving success, but about cultivating a legacy that would endure for generations to come. And so, as they stood together at the annual art festival, surrounded by the vibrant energy of the community they had nurtured, Sarah and David smiled at each other. They knew that they had not only built a successful company, but had also created a movement that celebrated creativity, empowered voices, and united people from all walks of life. The future was bright, and with each passing year, they would continue to inspire and uplift, ensuring that the stories of resilience and creativity echoed through their community for years to come. Their journey was a testament to the power of connection, the importance of community, and the extraordinary potential that lies within us all. As we conclude this inspiring journey of transformation, we want to extend a heartfelt invitation for you to join us in spreading the message of hope and creativity. Your support makes a difference. If you enjoyed this story, please take a moment to like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to our channel. Together, we can continue to empower artists, uplift communities, and inspire others to share their stories. Thank you for being a part of this incredible journey with us.